McKenna Lord here. I often find myself frustrated in the ridiculous expectations and rules for our ESOL population. We're told that they cannot translate their assessments or their classwork, so we should push straight English consumption in the classroom and discourage their home language so that they can perform on the end of the year test. This week's readings really resonated with me and made me reflect on how I see my own ESOL students and the need to encourage their multilingual abilities and see it as an asset versus something that I should discourage. While I've never personally done so, the frustration continues in how they become summed up to one final number by the state in the end of the year. When it comes to reading and writing, our bi and multilingual learners need appropriate scaffolding, strategies, and practice to be able to be successful in the classroom in both English and in their home language. In the culturally sustaining and translingual approaches to teaching bi and multilingual writers, the authors highlighted that we must collectively redefine understandings, norms, and practices of monolingual writing and work towards an expansive, pluralistic view of writing and learning to write in many languages and cultures. Chapter 14 of Writing and Reading Connections stated that over 5 million students speak more than one language at home. So why are we taking that away from them? Ultimately, we just have to find a way to bridge the gap. Chapter 14 and 15 gave recommendations to do so for both ESOL and learners that struggle with literacy. Some strategies included rich language experiences, explicit instruction of critical thinking skills, providing language supports that help build pathways, facilitate collaboration in the classroom, encourage reading and writing in more than one language, use mentor texts that expose them to more than one language, and use a genre-based pedagogy within those mentor texts and teach foundational literacy skills. Chapter 15 reiterated that beliefs and attitudes also affect reading and writing skills, and this is even more true for those who already struggle. If we were to identify and nurture strengths in this area and encourage use of home languages, we could see benefits in morale and effort with boosted motivation and mindset. Chapter 15 also reflected on assessment practices and how writing abilities are most often evaluated using monolingual norms, and as a result, interpretations of their abilities are viewed from a deficit perspective, underestimating their potential and limiting their learning opportunities. And this is what we're doing every single day when we discourage their home language. With AI tools and translation services, we could combat this practice and allow for students to properly be assessed. Digital tools are going to continue to be a game changer for our students, but only if we speak up about their necessity. These tools can also boost motivation and inherently make students feel more successful. The ethical concerns of AI can be counteracted with all the benefits they could provide when used as a supplement in class. Being Human in the Age of Generative AI article stated that young people, particularly those from non-dominant communities, are often left out of conversations that directly impact their futures. So we must be an advocate for these students and allow them to utilize these tools that will help them to be successful. Just like language, technologies are never neutral either. By utilizing language as an asset-based approach, we can also help to encourage family literacy through community collaboration. I started brainstorming some ideas on how I could get families more involved, specifically our diverse families, and concluded that a multicultural night could flourish and allow for the school to begin making more connections and begin embracing other cultures. We get so caught up in trying to ensure that our students perform well, but forget about everything else that they come to the table with, or what opportunities they do not have access to. In Dr. Kimball's article, she stated that most parents do not have their own literacy-rich experiences, resulting in little to no support at home for their students due to a lack of knowledge and access to reading materials. If we're expecting these students to learn in English but their parents can't help them, what do we expect? If we were to host multicultural nights with an array of materials, mentor text, and resources in different languages, we could better help support parents in their own learning journey, benefiting students in a positive way. We could mesh book tastings and writing activities to encourage parental support and to continue to nurture differences and collaborate together on how to best serve our students. Digital tools could help us to craft and engage in building activities that could enhance our parents' experiences. I will end with one of my favorite quotes from Dr. Kimball's article. With a little bit of collaboration and effort, we can have significant impact on the families of those we teach and the community in which we live. So I think it's really important that we take a step back and figure out how we are going to better serve these students using the access to AI that we're provided, using the access to the multicultural resources that we may or may not have. And if we don't, we need to look into what we can do to better support those students.